There might be questions raising right now about why do I need to build this PC? How does it differ from what's available that you can buy right now? After 23 videos and 9 months, we are here proud to present the first affordable gaming PC, the T-500. We are two people trying to build gaming PCs because gaming is our passion, and we came into this story when we tried to give our kid a gaming PC. Those videos are there in one of the 23 videos we spoke about. Now let me put a disclaimer right here. We are not competing against any shops or any places that sell computers, or be it used or new. We are just two people trying to source some parts from the used market. Just trying to build some gaming PCs because we want to give people some affordable gaming PC. So when we reveal the specs, you are going to think, okay, it's not a big deal here. What's the big deal? It's just a normal PC or something that can do a bit of gaming. So let's get to know more about this PC. Hello and welcome to Too Far Tech. If this is the first video you're watching from Too Far Tech, let me introduce myself. My name is Farooq, the engineer, and behind the camera we have Farah, the manager of Too Far Tech. We build gaming PCs as a passion because we are passionate about gaming. We build gaming PCs using new and used parts, mostly used parts that we find or look around and find for ourselves. This is our 24th video. So as I said before, there's 23 videos before this, and this video is just made to reveal our prodigy, the T-500. Okay, this is empty, but you will see the T-500 in the video later. But this is how it was before, and if you watched our videos before, there is 4 videos specific to the build of T-500. If you watch those videos, you will see how we reached to the stage in this video today. Well, I already mentioned in my other videos why we are doing a custom PC build using parts that is used. Now, the reason why we exist, or this PC exists, you can understand the story of T-500, the concept, in my first video about this one that is 15 minutes long. I don't want to repeat all of that here. You can watch it here, the first video, which talks about the concept of T-500. Now the T-500 is being put to you as the basic gaming PC, or it's actually a PC for anybody and everybody. What you can do with this, you can do gaming, you can do graphics editing, you can do your office work, you can do browsing, you can watch YouTube, you can play music, you can do Word, Excel, PowerPoint, any of those with this one. Now, with the videos that continued after the first one regarding this PC, you would see that this PC, when it comes to the benchmark, it performs almost as the same as or slightly better than a 2020 model Core i7 laptop. I'm not just saying out of my mind. There is benchmarks to prove that, and those videos are right there, and probably I will link it up here to show you the benchmark scores of this PC. So it's not exactly a sluggish, non-performing PC. This has very good capability, and we have already proven that in our previous videos. That's why it took me so much time to come to this final part. Then you might think that, why don't I go online and buy a computer myself? I would show it to you right now over here, that we are going to go into a popular website. I'm going to not show the name of the website out here, but it's pretty popular in UAE. I'm going to take a very basic gaming capable PC that has around 20 to 25% more performance than this one, and then I'm going to show you how much it is going to cost. It's going to cost an upwards of 3,000 dirhams plus. And once I reveal the price of this PC, you're going to be shocked to understand, for a slightly lesser performance, you're going to get how much more worth your money. Before I start getting into the specifics of this particular video, I strongly suggest you watch the 4 videos prior to this, so that you understand what kind of tests, benchmarks, and how we reached our journey from the beginning till here You need to understand the pain we went through to reach to this stage of presenting you a product or a PC that is capable of doing what we are promising. And the last point being, during the benchmarks and the testing, you have seen some scores, but these scores have been improved. Today, in this video, you will find the final figures that we were able to squeeze out of this PC. Now, when I'm saying squeeze, the PC has not been pushed or overclocked or anything. This is what the PC can do under standard test conditions without any kind of enhancements. We tuned the drivers, we tuned the fan curve, we improved the thermal and the other features of this PC to actually get that final score that we as Too Far Tech is proud to present to you. So do continue watching and let me get into those details right away.
The T-500 actually started its life as the HP Pro 3500. Actually, there is nothing remarkable about this PC inside or outside. I mean, no RGB, no excessive amount of fan, not a cool looking cabinet. It's just plain and black. The inside looks like any other branded PC. Before the upgrade, the PC is totally dismantled, clean. Cleaning is not your average cleaning process. It's extremely detailed and an elaborate process. You can actually see this on the videos that we have done before, and this is actually in the part 2 video. And after cleaning, we put it back together. We do stress test, performance benchmarks. You can find all of that in the 3rd and 4th video, as I have explained before. This configuration is not just made up of random parts. It was planned based on my 20 years of experience in gaming PCs and PCs in general. Based on my experience, the configuration has undergone scrutiny to evaluate performance and durability. And now let's see the T500 in detail. This is the humble T500 and it's like a sleeper car. The black chassis is strong and it's compact. It's not very big box, and it's better built than the cheap CPU cases that you can buy under 150. We have used a lot of cheap CPU cases. Comparatively, this is more stronger. In the front, it has a power and hard drive indicator LED, 2 USB ports, and one USB is actually occupied by the Wi-Fi USB module that we are providing, and there is a mic and a headphone connector. There is one DVD writable drive and an SD card reader. Now, if you turn to the side, you can see the screws of the fan, and you can see the fan through the ventilation. And in the rear, you have the video ports and the 4 USB, the power connector, and the power LED display. Inside, there has been some upgrades, some serious upgrades. We keep the Intel original Core i5-3470 processor on the board, and maybe sometimes we might use even the 3570S, which is a small upgrade. And we are also using the factory 500 GB hard drive and the 300 watt power supply. But the upgrade goes on the graphics card, the SSD, the memory, the heatsink, the fan, the CMOS battery. All of that is gone or upgraded. Now, the CPU fan and the exhaust fan, the two fans, are actually in sync. So when you stress the CPU, automatically both these fans improve the airflow and brings out the air as much as possible, because we don't want too much hot air inside the cabinet due to the presence of the graphics card in there. And to improve on the motherboard performance on the chipset, we have installed the extra heatsink, which was actually taken from another HP high-end motherboard. So this will give an added cooling, and also this heatsink is placed in a way the CPU and the GPU blows air onto the heatsink to get even more kind of active cooling on that. And the SSD is actually mounted on top of the hard drive in the factory location itself. Though it's not meant to be installed in that way, we managed to squeeze the SSD in there to give a very much factory look inside the box. Before I get into the performance and durability figures or the numbers that we managed to find out, let me answer some questions that might cross your mind based on the myths and the stories you hear in the PC gaming world. Now, just remember the question I'm going to raise has already been answered with adequate technical solutions, so I'm not going to simply tell you a story. I have the proof and the evidence, for these things, or I have a reasoning behind everything. Now, one of the questions that you might ask is why not I go with a higher end processor? Why the Core i5 3470? The Core i5 3470 is cheap. It has a decent performance even compared to the latest processors. It requires low power, and it's even compared to the entry level generation 10 i3 processors. And then you might think why I have to go with the GTX 1050 Ti. Again, it has low power requirement, it is low on thermal, and it has a very decent performance even for now. It's not a very old graphics card. It has a 4 GB RAM. It's a pretty recent graphics card. Then comes the question, why the SSD? It's the biggest leap in performance in the last 10 years. The price of PC only bumped by an additional 100 dirhams, but the performance leap it makes, it performs like a laptop that you can buy in 2020 for office use. Another concern for people might be, is this power supply good enough? If the power supply was not good enough, we won't be here to discuss this, because during the stress test and the durability test, we would have faced issues, crashes, or blue screen of death, or even blown up power supply or blown up graphics card. The T500 specification: Intel Core i5 3470 up to 3.6 GHz. It's a 4-core CPU, 8 GB of DDR3 1600 MHz memory, Nvidia GTX 1050 Ti 4 GB graphics card, 128 GB SSD boot drive, 500 GB hard drive, and Windows 10 Professional, probably the 2004, that is 2004 edition, Wi-Fi USB dongle. This is going to be the standard configuration for this PC. If you're going to discuss the operational performance of the T500, the first thing that comes to the mind is the boot time. Any PCs or any PC, one of the most impressive features is how fast it boots. And we have seen the T500 boot in between 12 to 16 seconds. This is including the power on self test, which almost takes around 5 to 6 seconds by itself. So actually the boot is barely 10 seconds, which is a really awesome figure. Regarding the power consumption, we have noticed that on idle mode, the whole CPU consumes around 39 watts, and if pushed to the maximum, we could actually see around 170 watts of power consumption. Regarding the graphics card temperature, which is resting around 32 degrees in a 25-degree cooled room, we also noticed that maximum of 66 degree under stress test on the graphics card, while on the CPU it was resting around 33 degrees, and we noticed a maximum of 70 degrees or the high of 70 degrees during a stress test. The most important part of any PC is its performance. Now let's look at the performance benchmark we provide for the T500. TimeSpy is actually a stability test provided by 3D Mark. TimeSpy is specifically a graphics program inside 3D Mark. What it does is it runs a game-like environment, and it goes through a loop of 20 loops, and it sees that how stable the PC has been through these loops. The performance should be consistent over the course of 20 loops, because in the beginning, when the CPU and the GPU is in a cool mode, obviously the performance will be high, and once the temperature goes high during the iterations, the PC will slow down, and that will cause a degradation of performance. Here we have a 99.5% stability, which is a really good figure for this PC. Now the PC Mark Extended is a special program that emulates all the programs or all the usage of a PC, starting from simple browsing to office use, over graphic designing, and even games. So it does all these things. It's a very long program. It almost takes half an hour to complete the cycle, and it gives a figure. And if you look at the figure of 4129, now 3D Mark score of 2438 is not an amazing figure, but it is an amazing figure for a PC that is based on a third generation Core i5 processor, because if you compare it with a recent or a 2020 laptop with higher end graphics and processor, it comes very close to that in performance. Next one is the user bench, which is one of my most favorite benchmark. It happens in few seconds or a few minutes maximum, and then you get a complete score and a rating. Now my rating is the 70th percentile, which means out of 100 PCs that were designed with similar hardware, my PC is in the top 30 PCs that has been designed all over the world. Considering the fact that this is under OEM specifications, that itself means that this PC is performing pretty well. Now we run Fortnite in all kind of formats, the epic, the high, and even the low. And in the epic we are getting an average of 84 frames per second, and this is in the 720p, which is resolution meant to be used for this PC. And the Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark, we received 56 frames per second, and we went through a lot of iterations, and it was averaging between 46 to 56 depending on the kind of settings that we were choosing. When this is in a high setting, we received the 56 frames per second. In Doom 2020 we received a very good 70 frames per second, and it is very much playable. And considering it's a very recent game, I'm very impressed how this PC is performing on the Doom 2020.
TooFarTech promised you, or we promised you, a PC for gaming that is below 1000 dirhams. And right now I'm going to reveal the price. This CPU alone, which has all the components, is 950 dirhams for you. That is before shipping or any other cost. This, as it is, including all the specs that we are mentioning, is 950 dirhams. That is less than half the price of a similar performance PC that you can buy these days. Now let's say why we have the combo. We already explained to you the idea behind the combo. We have the combo PC here, the whole component except for the USB key, which is not in the video. This is the Lenovo D1910 monitor. This is the Mission C500 kit, which includes the headphone, the USB mouse, the mat, and the keyboard. So this is two separate components. Now these are new and they will always be new. The PC is used component 950 for the PC. Now if you're buying the whole set, you can see the numbers here, but we can give it to you as a combination package for 1400 dirhams. That is the entire package for the T500 combo package. So what do you think now? So if you go ahead and buy a new PC with the monitor, keyboard, and mouse, I'm pretty sure it will cost you somewhere around 3000 to 3500. But here for 1400 we have the whole kit. Now why do you need to buy these keyboard and mouse and the monitor from me? Actually, I have nothing saying that you should buy it from me, but if you buy it from us, we can be more assured, or we can assure you that it is all in working condition. So what do? When we buy these one, we connect it to the PC, and then we check it, and then we install the drivers, and then we make sure it's all working in sync before we ship the whole thing to you. Now when you buy the monitor by yourself, you might have to do testing. You need to be sure it's working. You need to be sure the settings are correct. Now to make it even more attractive to you, when you buy the whole package, we give you the USB key. Now this USB key has what? It has the image of the boot hard drive of this PC. So imagine that few months later or something happens, you want to format and reinstall, you are not going to get our settings. You're not going to get it from the way we give it to you, because we have very specific tweaks and settings that is making this PC perform the way it is. Now with this USB key, you would be able to revert it back to the factory way that we set it up for you. So this is the benefit of getting the whole package from us. Of course, the prices are good, and we are going to make sure you get it at the best price possible. But the catch is, well, we are going to make sure everything is working fine before we send it to you, and you have to wait. You have to wait for it. So it's a gentleman's agreement, because when you're going to come to us and say that, okay, we'll take the whole thing, and then we order the monitor and the keyboard and mouse, which we have to pay up front, then we are going to ship it to you later at a point. So there has to be an agreement and understanding while you order this from us.
Let's do a comparison of a new generation PC based on the Intel Core i3-9100F with the GTX 1650 and the rest of the configuration being similar, an SSD drive and 8 GB of RAM. We found there is an improvement of performance from that one versus ours. Of course, there is an 8% improvement on the gaming and 6% improvement on the office or desktop use. But the price difference is substantial. We are offering our PC at $950, while the average or the basic price of such a PC is around 2,500 dirhams. So you can imagine the kind of savings you're having compared to buying a brand new PC, which only has around 10 to 15% of a maximum difference in terms of performance.
With all the information I've posted before in this video until this moment, I believe I have convinced you regarding what are the options and positions that we have regarding this one. So you're not going to buy this from a reputed shop, or you're not buying this off a new computer shop. You're just getting it from two people who are building gaming PC as a passion. So your options, what are your options? So let's say you want to buy it from us. You have the option of visiting our Instagram page, our Facebook page, our website, or you can email us, or even contact us via WhatsApp or call us in this number. All these options are available for you to get to us. Now, how would it work? You would talk to us, and then you would tell us that you are interested. Another way you can also follow our work or contact us is through the website. Now the website has a chat option. You can chat us through that, and we get it when we are online. We get to see that. So if you are not busy, we can reply. Sometimes we are busy involved in different things, so maybe we cannot reply at the moment, or we cannot answer your phone calls, but we will get back to you because we are interested to put this machine in your home. So contact us in one of these ways, and once you give us the order and you confirm that you are interested in this PC, we need at least 2+ days to build it, because if you haven't seen these videos, once again I'm asking you to watch those videos, and I need to get the parts and everything together to make sure we can get this thing tested and ready for you. Now, what are the shipping options? We are tying up with courier options, so that once the PC is ready, we'll inform the courier, they will come pick it up, deliver to you, pay cash on delivery, and everybody is happy. So nothing to worry about that. The other option is, if we can come to an understanding and agreement, we can schedule a timing wherein you can come to us, our place here in Musafa Shabia 12 in Abu Dhabi, and we can set up a pickup for you, so you can pick it up from us directly. So these are the options, and now you know what it's capable of. I'm pretty sure nobody in UAE does things like these. So what are you waiting for? Book your PC right now. I do not have much quantity. I only have very few pieces of this in stock. I'm trying to arrange more. Let's see, let's hope that you will enjoy our PC as much as we took the trouble to build it. So go ahead and visit us or check us out, and then put your order, get your PC, get gaming, enjoy. And once again, thank you for watching. You have a wonderful day.